I'm going to show you in this video how you can have the same amount of success as Kyrie without needing to do all the flashy ball handling. This video is about driving bad closeouts, which is one of the 3 keys of the gap theory. And the gap theory just puts language to why things in basketball work. Because Kyrie is so talented with the basketball, everybody that guards him is pretty much a mismatch. Well, 99% of the people who watch this video are not going to be able to do what Kyrie can do. I played Big 12 basketball and did not see in 3 years somebody who could do what Kyrie does. But by understanding how to drive bad closeouts, we can accomplish the same thing that Kyrie does. We can just do it in a much simpler form. So welcome to the film room. Let's get into it. In most situations in basketball, your defender is not typically going to be standing close enough to touch you unless you have the basketball, which means on every single catch, you're going to get a closeout. Learning how to drive these closeouts is the key to this video. All we really need to do in basketball to create open shots is beat one person off the dribble or to create an advantage, and that's what driving bad closeouts does. Typically on every closeout, a defender is going to try and take away one of 3 things. If they can take away 2 or 3 of them, all the better, but there's usually a primary focus. They're either trying to take away a shot, take away a drive left, or take away a drive right. You can see in this closeout from the defender that he is trying to take away a baseline drive by his closeout. This opens up the opportunity for the offensive player to drive to his left hand or to the middle, and he ends up beating the defender one-on-one and scores an easy layup. You'll see that the highlighted defender is going to close out to the corner on the catch. By looking at his body language, he's concerned about giving up a shot by that hand right there, which means he's susceptible to getting beat to the middle, which he does. As he gets beat to the middle, this offensive player makes a great recognition of seeing one of our gap theory principles, making 2 guard 1. As this defender steps over to take a charge, he makes the right read and kicks it to his teammate and gets a rhythm 3. The further the distance of the closeout, the easier it is to drive it, which is why spacing is so important. You can see as this defender goes to close out to the corner, he's got a long way to go, and as he closes out, he's way off balance, and it's an obvious read that this offensive player can drive back to the middle. This drive and kick is going to lead to another closeout, and there's some key details to this that I want to make sure you see. This assistant coach is pointing up towards Grady Dick because Grady's one of the best 3-point shooters in the Big 12, and so this defender also recognizes that and closes out worried about the one-time pass, which gives an easy driving angle to Jalen Wilson to drive this bad closeout and go baseline. As he goes baseline, the help defender comes over, and now you have 2 people guarding 1. Harris does a great job here of sliding with the basketball to give Wilson an easy passing angle. So as he throws this hammer pass, DeJuan catches it. He ends up shooting this shot. I actually wish he would have driven that bad closeout because he probably would have created a better shot for somebody else. Something that you can use to influence a bad closeout is a shot fake. I said at the beginning of this video, a defender is trying to take away a drive left or right and trying to take away a shot. By you shot faking while they're closing out, it's going to incentivize bad closeouts like you're seeing right here, which makes it easy for you to drive past your defender. That shot fake led to a bad closeout, which led to 2 people guarding 1 and a layup. Something that will impact your shot fake is actually being a good shooter. Again, Grady Dick comes through an elevator screen. You see this dude flying at him because he doesn't want to give up a 3 to a really good shooter. That allows him to get downhill, making 2 people guard 1. The cool thing about this clip is that the defender that actually gets caught is the one who's in the baseline that you'll see right there that's worried about the drive to the rim. Grady makes a great early read, kicks it to the corner for a rhythm 3. Again, you have to be known as a 3-point threat for a shot fake to typically work. Jacoby Coles is known as someone who can stretch the floor. He influences that tough contest right there, which gets him way off the ground, making 2 people guard 1. Coles makes a great kick for another 3. Another way to create bad closeouts is by coming off of screens away from the ball. You'll see number 14 is about to come off of a pin down. As he does, you're going to see this defender try and do what's called shooting the gap. So instead of chasing him, he tries to go on the other side to meet him, and he ends up closing out extremely out of control. As you can see number 4 here, which makes it obvious that the drive back to the middle is open. Once 14 drives to the middle, he makes a great pass over the top to his bigger teammate for an easy layup. The same thing happens here. Wilson is going to come off of a simple pin down, and this defender number 30 is actually going to chase it. So he's going to go on the same side. As he does, it leads to a bad closeout, which lets Wilson get downhill. Here's your 2 guarding 1. It's actually 3 people guarding 1. A really good kick, rhythm 3. With good spacing, you can create some really good offense. Watch this. A shot fake, which leads to a bad closeout. He's going to drive to the middle. Probably could have driven the bigger defender right there, but he doesn't. So now he decides, okay, I can beat him off the bounce. I drive middle, which leads to another bad closeout. This offensive player is going to drive baseline, so Cunningham gets there, kicks it back out. Another bad closeout. We're going to drive to the middle, get downhill. That's going to create 2 people guarding 1, and you can see the offensive player in his room where he should be for a dump down dunk. The last thing that we haven't talked about is which direction should you drive on a closeout. I'm a believer that the majority of the time you should attack the defender's top foot. And the reason why is because they're going to have a further distance to drop that foot to then try and cut you off, and their momentum is taking them the opposite direction. You'll get a really good example of it on this closeout, and you can see from this angle, it makes more sense on that closeout to drive back to the direction that he is coming at you. And I love this subtle detail of this last closeout. This defender just got beat off of the bounce. So now as he closes out a second time, he is closing out shorter because he doesn't want to get beat again. He was more concerned about the drive back to the middle, closes out short, and gets hit with a 3. The goal of these videos is for you to be able to start seeing these things as they're happening, not just on these videos, but in the real life game of basketball. When you can begin to see these principles happen and understand the game this way, it's going to become a lot more enjoyable for you to watch basketball because you're going to know all of the strategy, detail, and IQ that goes into every open shot that happens like this one. Thanks for coming through. We'll see you next time in the film room.
Tobias to the lane.
Miami up by 4. The Waiters and Dragic each with 14. Oh my.
Some energy though, and you got to make some shots here. Harris contested.
He's dangerous either for himself or someone else.
Tobias into the lane. Made straight in for him.
Giannis tried to close out on
9, Indiana. Tobias with the drive there.
Jackson.
Got it cut off. Here comes Tobias Harris scooping. As a starter.
They'll get a lot of scoring out of him. 11 is his high this year, but it don't be. Another block by O'Quinn. I guess he's pretty good, huh?
Numbers don't lie. Tobias from the wing. Way outside the Stanley Johnson. Quick pass, Tobias. He's got confidence right now. Is Smith able to get into the Magic defense?
The reason that attacking closeouts is so effective is because your defender is moving towards you to try and take away that shot. And because their momentum is moving towards you, it's going to be hard for them to stop and then keep up with you if you're able to attack and get by them. Really, this is the best way to create separation, because if you do it well, you're going to be able to get by your guy almost every single time. When we look at this clip right here, it's really all about using the defender's momentum against them. So they're closing out to try and take away that shot. They're rushing forward. If you attack them going the opposite direction, their momentum is be carrying them forward. Therefore, they're going to have to completely stop and then turn to try and cut you off. And most of the time, you'll be able to get a shot or a layup or some sort of good look for your team out of that. Not only is it going to create scoring opportunities for you, but it's going to cause the rest of the defense to have to rotate as well. Taking a look at this clip right here, Eric Pascal is going to catch this ball, attack the closeout, and that help defender is going to have to step up, which is going to leave Demir Cosby-Roundtree wide open for a dump off and a layup. Attacking closeouts effectively will help you make more plays for your team in general. One of the best opportunities you're going to have to attack a closeout is on a driving kick from one of your teammates, as you'll see in this clip right here. When this happens, it's going to force your defender to close out from a help position, a lot of times in the paint coming from a help position, meaning that they're going to be moving full force towards you, which is going to give you an ability to drive right by them. Another thing you should recognize about all of these is the angle that they take when they drive. A lot of times players think they need to drive in just straight line angles right by the defender's hip, and a lot of times that is the case, but when it comes to attacking a closeout, you're going to want to attack the open space, which might mean you're going to take a wider angle. And this is because a lot of times you'll be able to get to a pull-up out of this, and you want to make sure that your defender can't slow you down by grabbing you or hitting you with their leg or anything like that. Another one of the best times to attack a closeout is coming off a quick swing around the perimeter, as you're going to see right here. When your defender is going from help to having to guard you, it's going to be the perfect opportunity for you to attack. Looking at this clip right here, we're going to watch Mikal Bridges get an easy finish at the rim just by attacking this closeout coming off this quick swing. The reason that this is such a great time to attack a closeout is because if the ball swings from one side of the floor to the other, your defender is going to have to go from help to sprinting out to guard you, meaning they're going to be moving towards you, you're going to be able to attack them and get downhill quickly. As you see in this clip right here, their help was late rotating over, so a lot of times if you go quick enough, you're going to get a wide open attempt at the rim. There's a couple other subtle things you can do when attacking closeouts that in certain situations can make it way more effective. The first we're going to look at is just a subtle shot fake when you catch the ball to get your defender to raise up to create even more of a gap between your momentum and his momentum. When we look at this clip right here, we see the power of what the shot fake can do, especially if the defense respects your shot. Melly's going to catch this ball and he's going to go into a shot fake, making sure that he truly sells it. And the way you sell a shot fake is by not rushing through it. A lot of players think that to sell a shot fake, they've got to go 100 miles an hour. But the key is you want to go slow, you want to be relaxed, you want to sell that you're actually shooting the basketball, and then your defender is going to raise up, in some cases even jump, and you can attack and blow by him. But there are also cases where you don't even necessarily need to raise the ball that high to get that defender to raise up. As you see right here, Melly's going to catch the ball, and he's going to give just a little subtle look at the rim, and he's going to start to go into a shot a little bit. As soon as the defender raises up, he's able to quickly get downhill and finish. You don't always have to go up with a full shot fake. A lot of times you'll be able to get guys to go just by looking at the rim and giving a subtle fake. Another great way to attack a closeout is with a quick jab as soon as you catch it. This is going to freeze your defender, and a lot of times it's really going to open up a lane for you to attack. We talked about attacking space as opposed to attacking right next to your defender. When you hit him with that jab, a lot of times it'll create more space for you. The key for this though is you want to make sure as soon as you catch the ball, you go immediately into the jab to make sure that you sell you're going that way, your momentum goes the way, your defender takes his momentum that way, and then you bring yourself back to the other side, get downhill. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like, and if you're new, make sure you subscribe. And if you found this video helpful, make sure you share it with a teammate or a friend. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram at VisionDrivenBasketball, and click the top link in my description below to get my free Elite Perimeter Scorer workout, where we're going to target the skills that you're going to need to be an elite perimeter scorer. So go ahead and check that out. I'll send it to you for free. Go ahead and drop a comment below. Let me know what you want to see next. That's it, guys. Peace.
When studying the Phoenix Suns, one of the aspects you see a lot from their guards and wings is the ability to beat their primary defender on the catch. So when they're attacking this closeout, they're going to have their feet in a staggered stance like right here, split stance. Now, his first option here on this closeout is to catch and shoot it if it's a longer closeout. But as you can see, his primary defender is sprinting to close out. So he's going to catch the ball, sweep through, and then drive straight line drive to the rim. That is their second progression, and all their guards and wings do a great job at this. This is an excellent example from Jay Crowder. Watch right here. So on this one more pass, he's going to catch it. His feet are split. He can see his primary defender is closing out high to not allow middle. So he's going to catch it right here in this sprinter stance. One dribble right to the rim. They are really good at making quick decisions off that closeout. This is another great example right here from Mikal Bridges. So when he catches it, he's going to beat his primary defender on the catch. The rotating help comes, so he goes right into a dribble pull-up. It's making quick decisions on that closeout. It is really important skill for any guard or wing to have when they're coming into the NBA. And the Phoenix Suns do an excellent job of teaching this, because you can see that in all their players, because they attack closeouts quick with quick decisions, either shoot it or drive it. Here's another great example right here. Cam Payne's going to catch it, immediately sweep through, get right to the rim and one. And you can see once they catch it and they start attacking that closeout, they are getting right to the rim. Their first progression once they beat their defender on the catch is to drive straight line drive to the rim, and then make the decision versus the rotating help defender or the rotating shot blocker. But their first decision is either shoot it or drive it. Once again, Jay Crowder, we saw in an earlier example with him, he is great at this. You can see split stance right here, straight line drive, one dribble before the rotating help defender can get there. Watch this again. He's going to catch it. He beats his primary defender right here. Now he recognizes the help defender coming, so he's going to shoot a little touch runner right over top. Once again, this is off a shake action. So off this ball screen, watch Mikal Bridges shake up. He's going to catch it. Straight line drive, sees the rotating help defender come right there. Touch floater right over top. To continue with our Phoenix Suns breakdown, we have attacking a closeout. You're going to beat your primary defender on the catch. Now you have to read the rotating help defender or shot blocker to make the pass. So right here, when Landry Shamet beats his defender on the catch, he's driving straight line drive. The rotating help defender comes here. So JaVale McGee is going to circle right to the dots, catch it, and then finish. Great pass. This is that next progression. You can see Cam Johnson right here is ready to receive the ball to beat his primary defender on the catch. He starts his drive. He recognizes the rotating help defender here. Now the low defender here, his responsibility is to either step up here or stay attached to this corner, so stay in that position so he can close out there. But since he doesn't step up, then Cam Johnson can make the pass right here to JaVale McGee, who can then finish at the rim. It's really important to understand the passing progressions also when you beat your defender on the catch for attacking a closeout. So right here, Anthony Davis is going to step over so he understands he can't finish at the rim. DeAndre Ayton's wide open right here. He can make that pass and then he can finish. You can see right here, they are ready to receive the ball on the catch. So watch right here. He's reading his defender right here, who's the gap defender. Now he's going to catch it in that split stance, beat his defender on the catch. The low defender right here is rotating over, so he can't finish at the rim. So Jay Crowder's open opposite for a wide open three. That's that next progression. Once again, Cam Johnson beats his defender on the catch. He drives it. He understands he can't finish at the rim, so he makes the pass right here to the opposite wing. Then he drives the closeout by beating his defender on the catch. He drives it. Now he understands the rotating help defenders here. So who's open? Cam Johnson, who just relocated out to the corner. That is a great possession to show attacking a closeout and then off-ball movement to relocate back to the corner for a shot. Right here, once again, you see the nail defender, who is the primary defender of Jay Crowder. He's in that split stance. He's going to catch it on the run. He recognizes the gap defender here, so who's wide open right there for easy kick out to a corner 3.